So, what do you want to talk about? The Philadelphia Eagles going up against the Green Bay Packers this Sunday, 4:30 Eastern Standard Time at the Link in Philadelphia. Playoff football is back, and it's better than ever. Jalen Hurts has cleared concussion protocol. Nick Sirianni this morning has confirmed he will be the starter against the Green Bay Packers, who are dealing with injuries of their own. So, I just want to get this straight, done and over with. I feel like we're broken records here because all we do, whether it's our media, whether it's our fan base being stupid in the moment, or if it's just people saying things just to say them and garner clicks, because it typically is how it always ends up going. Jalen Hurts is not the weakness on this team. There is no weakness on this team, and if there is, and if you're gonna try and say that he's the weakness, then you are admitting that there is literally nothing wrong with this football team that holds them back from contending for a Super Bowl championship. If you're trying to tell us, if you're trying to tell me that Jalen Hurts, the man with 5 total interceptions, less than 10 total turnovers on the year, yeah, he missed 2.5 games? Who hasn't? Jordan Love's missed those games, and look how much he's getting paid, and look how much little worry is in him. No one's talking about Jordan Love as if they're worried about him and his injuries. Nobody is shedding any sort of light on the fact that he might be going into this game with a bad elbow, hasn't been playing his greatest football because they lost to the Chicago Bears. They've struggled against teams in their division that are better than them and will be contending for that Super Bowl title this week and next week in Detroit and Minnesota. And we're trying to spin this at, this could be an upset. This Jalen Hurts and the Eagles, man, you never know. We don't know what Jalen Hurts we're going to get. I don't know if y'all have seen what he's been doing the last 10 games he started. He's 10-0 in the last games that he has started and completed. Now, I don't want to hear nothing about the Commanders game, giving him the 10-1 there. He started that game and got knocked out within the second, third drive of that game. That does not matter. That does not count. It is the same thing with Carson Wentz getting knocked out against the Seahawks in 2019. Doesn't count because he didn't play the full game. Imagine what his presence would have done had he been there. Same thing goes with the Commanders game. I'm just saying. Context matters. And people want to spin any way. They want to spin the narrative in any sort of way that'll go against the Eagles, go against Jalen Hurts for no rhyme or reason whatsoever. And I'm used to it at this point, and I know I sound like a broken record and I might sound heated and whatnot, and this is a Packers-Eagles NFC wildcard preview game. That's what this video is supposed to be. But I just needed to shed some light on this because we're going into a playoff match where the Eagles carry the best defense in the entire playoff catalog right now. Everybody, all the defenses, Eagles are number 1. They have the best offensive line, the healthiest team, the better running back room, the better wide receiver room, young, hungry, and ready to go talent on the defensive side that have been just balling from start to finish. Jalen Carter, Nakobe Dean, Zach Bond, Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, throw in the old heads in guys like freaking Darius Slay. I don't know what you want me to say. I don't know what more there is for me to say. And it's no disrespect to the Packers. They will put up a good fight. It will be a good game. No disrespect to them or Matt LaFleur, Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs, the whole entire defense. But you're down Christian Watson, one of your main targets on offense. You're down Jair Alexander, who is your best corner. He's your best defensive back, and he's not going to be there to guard A.J. Brown. And I haven't even mentioned A.J. Brown or Devontae Smitty or Dallas Goedert. So what do you want me to say? What more is there to say? I find it kind of disrespectful that the Steelers, I know they haven't been playing good football, but they're not a bad team. That offense is the weakest link, obviously, but they're not a bad team. I'm surprised, and I feel it's a little disrespectful that they are, 8 or 9.5 point underdogs? This is, I get it's a playoff game, and they're on the road, but this is Baltimore. This is a team that has consistently had Lamar Jackson's number. He just recently beat them for the first time in a while. It's not like these two teams are unfamiliar with one another or know how to beat one or don't know how to beat one another, it's going to be a lot closer of a game. I find it disrespectful that game is so spread out with the the favorite number, and like Eagles are just now 5.5 point favorites. That baffles me. That baffles me given the Packers coming across country with their injuries. And again, no disrespect to the Packers. They are a good football team, but you've seen their numbers. You've seen their numbers against the division and against teams that are better record-wise. They can't get it done. They struggled with the Bears. They are 1 point away from getting swept by their own division. That includes the Chicago Bears. Just let that sink in. We lost one game to a really good up-and-coming football team, and our backup quarterback came in, got hurt, covering for the starting quarterback that got hurt, and we almost beat that team. It was a 3-point game, and we almost beat them. We needed to hold them back, and they scored the touchdown because Jaden Daniels is a superstar. But, that's what they needed. They needed to do all of that to beat us. And they act like they have everything over us now after beating us without Jalen Hurts. So you're trying to tell me that the Green Bay Packers coming into Philly in a wild card weekend after we already whooped them in Brazil, after we've been whooping everybody, not named the Washington Commanders on a technicality, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers back in week 4, which was arguably the worst football game we've seen since 2021, not counting the 2023 disaster December or 2021 playoff matchup against the same Buccaneers. We have not seen this team go into a game and lose against teams like the Green Bay Packers. Not in the last 3 months of football. And with all the talent, how healthy they are, the coaching, Jalen Hurts coming back, you can't tell me otherwise that there's a weakness on this team that's going to give the Packers the edge. The only way that the Packers win this football game is if the Eagles beat themselves, or the referees like to, do some things to get involved as well. That always happens. But I don't see the Eagles not being able to overcome any of that. We haven't had a fast start all year. The one fast start that we had, we ended up losing because, again, Jalen Hurts got hurt. So, I don't want to hear none of this. Eagles are going to win this football game. I'm giving it a 27-17. It's going to be a valiant effort, but Green Bay, you're coming to Philly and you're gonna get smacked in the face, punched in the jaw, kicked down, and you're going to try your best to get back up, but you're not going to be able to get back up. That's just the fact of the matter. The Eagles right now are poised for something special, and Green Bay is going to do what they can to stop it. But I'm telling you, man, it's going to be a good game. And I am very excited for it, and I cannot wait to see how the rest of the games go starting tomorrow afternoon. So let me know what you guys think. Best of luck to the Green Bay Packers, man. I got, again, nothing against them. I'm just spitting facts. I'm sorry, and I'm very passionate. There's so much good and with the Packers, and they have a bright future. It's just injuries are kind of struggling, making them struggle even more than they already are. And their division is stacked. Get the Bears some good coaching and 2 more pieces on their team. They'll be a 10-win team next year. It's kind of ridiculous, but that NFC North is crazy. It's crazy good, and the Packers are kind of in a weird situation right now. They got to make the most of what they can. That's why this playoff game is going to be really interesting, but I still think the Eagles have the edge. So let me know your thoughts. I'll see you guys on Sunday if there's nothing to talk about tomorrow. Have a good one. Fly Eagles fly. Enjoy the playoff weekend. Let's get it done, baby. Go Birds.